I'm Mark Darby and I'm here to talk about downward facing dog and positioning of the arms. So the first place I want to look at is the positioning of the hands and the shoulders. So we look at the hands and we're looking at them being shoulder width apart, and also looking at connection of the first finger. The knuckle of the first finger should press down. This is the steering wheel of the arm. From that we can press that down, which will create an inner rotation of your forearm. So the forearm is going to rotate inwards, and you notice the eyes of the elbows are turning down. From there we want to look at the connection in the shoulder. So the shoulder connection needs to be back, so the shoulder blades are drawn down, so we make sure we're not pushing forward. If we push forward, we will lose the rotation in the shoulder. So we need to have the shoulder back, and that way you can get a full extension. So as I said, knuckle down, forearm rolling in, but then we descend the outer armpit, or we get a rotation in the opposite directions, which actually creates a very strong arm, and that connection is going to help us connect into this whole area here, this whole strong area, the serratus, all these muscles here, or if we want to call it the pelvis of the upper body. So the knuckle presses down, rotate inwards, position the shoulders and roll the outer armpit down to the floor. And in this way we have a very, very strong support which is connecting to the upper body. From there, and the easiest way to show this is just to come onto the knees and position so the knees are directly underneath the hips, but we have the hands underneath the shoulders or slightly in front. And then I'm going to start by pressing the knuckle down, again positioning the shoulders, very important, position the shoulders, roll the armpit down, and then we're going to go back a little bit to create weight into the legs. So by doing this, we lift the knees and all the weight comes onto the legs, and then from there we can press upwards. And it's very important to understand the upward movement of the sitting bones as we lower the heels. There we have the position downward dog. Thing to avoid is, and which this does do, is allows the back to broaden rather than having this motion where the shoulder drops. We need to lift this area just here. We need this area to lift, and that will facilitate the roll of the armpits down. So this is important motion of the upper arms. In the legs, the motion is that the legs will lift, and I like to do it with the heels lifting, sitting bones lifting, so we create this great extension of the legs, and keep lifting the sitting bones as you lower the heels. And if you notice my feet, the feet are extending. There's lots of energy in my feet. It's a wonderful position to be in. A little talk about downward facing dog. Thank you very much. This is Darby from Yoga Shala. Sweet.